If this is your first time here, please like this video and then click subscribe and then bang the bell so you don't miss a thing when it comes to the absolute best business and personal relationship tips on the net. Now off to today's featured presentation. Enjoy. All right, welcome back to another episode of Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, the Daily Walk Edition. This is episode number 59, and I am back here at beautiful Red Morton Park in beautiful, gorgeous, amazing Redwood City, California, which is labeled Climate Best by Government Test. It's about 64 degrees, and I believe today is January 24th, 2019. I just cannot believe how gorgeous and amazing the weather is. I don't want to make any of you folks jealous out there, but yeah, that's what we pay for out here. So, if you're looking at us, out there on the East Coast where it's probably cold as fuck, maybe it's snowing, maybe it's raining, hey, that's what we pay for out here. And when you're born and raised out here in this environment, you get used to it and you get accustomed to every aspect of it, including the cost of living. It's all relative to where you live and what you're used to, right? But yeah, if you were to move out here from another area that costs about 1/3 of what it costs to live out here, yeah, you will have, a big shock in your pocketbook. And probably some culture shock as well. I'll talk more about that later on today. But I'm back for another episode. I did a live stream earlier today to promote an upcoming show I'm doing with Charles F. Gray. I'm going to mention a little bit about that here in just a bit. But let me just get right to it here. Let me get to the topic here because, there's just a lot to talk about. Many interesting things to talk about here within this video. And I've been working overtime lately between, I have my other businesses. I pay my bills for now. I'm an insurance broker, and I have some other things I dabble into. So, I work those businesses in the morning. And I've been also working on preparing for, the new show with Charles F. Gray. And, yeah, I'm a little tired. So, by the time I get these daily walks, oh, man, I'm ready to call it a day. But I have such a passion for this that I just don't want to go more than a day or two without putting out a video for you folks because I love you all. I care for you all. And I know when I start to follow someone and I'm used to getting content from them and they don't put out content for a while, excuse me, you start to miss that person. So anyway, let's just get to the topic here of today's episode of Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, the Daily Walk Edition, episode number 59. And that is, Coach Eli is now the radical liberal. Yeah, Coach Eli is now the radical liberal. Oh boy, is that going to set a match? Is that going to, or start a fire and strike a match to start a fire with some people out there. Coach Eli's always about pushing the envelope and striving for more. And then I'm going to be talking about a topic that I was going to discuss in a previous video, but I totally forgot the topic because there were so many other things. There were so many other things going on, which is what I'm trying to say. And that topic is men need to be in the one-up position in order to have the respect of women. Men need to be in the one-up position in order to have the respect of women. And that goes without saying, even in today's modern world of feminism and radical feminism. And I say the one-up position with no disrespect for women. And once I get to that, both men and women hopefully will have a better understanding in regards to what I mean by what I just said. So, let's get started here. Before I even get to the two topics I just mentioned there, I want to mention one more time. I know it's going to sound like a broken record, but when you're promoting a brand new show that you're putting your heart and soul into, and you want to get as many people as possible to view the show and to, gain some traction, you have to keep talking about things. You have to sound like a broken fucking record. So let me first start off by mentioning that tomorrow morning, I'm going to be doing a second prelude show of an upcoming show that Charles F. Gray and I are launching this Tuesday, January 29th. Now, before I share about that, let me mention that some of you may see this video late tonight. Some of you may see this video on Friday morning. Okay? The reason why I'm mentioning this is because lately I've been shooting my videos in the late afternoon. And because I'm shooting them with much higher quality now, it takes me a lot longer to process them, render them, upload them, and get them out there. And I have not been able to get my videos out until about midnight Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific. So for those of you folks that are on the West Coast, you may still be up when I put out my videos at, 9 p.m. or 10 p.m., at night Pacific. But it's midnight or 1 a.m. in the morning for you folks out there on the East Coast. So some of you may not be seeing these daily walk videos until the next day. So just want to make it very clear that this information is for Friday, January 25th, 2019. I'm going to actually start recording these much earlier in the day once Charles F. Gray and I, finish our launch live event of our show this Tuesday, because I'll have everything else set. I've been working on other things during the day to prepare for the show, which has pushed back the recording of these videos until the afternoon, which means I can't get them out by late afternoon, early evening, because I'm recording them during that time. So I do plan on recording these earlier and releasing these daily walk videos sooner, typically more so in the late afternoon or early evening, not late at night or after midnight in your neck of the woods. So I just wanted to, clear that up. Okay? So, this Friday, January 25th, 2019, Charles F. Gray and I are doing our secondary prelude show of Masculinity Matters with Charles F. Gray and Coach Eli. And we were going to initially do the show, the prelude show, any prelude show we were going to do, which is what I'm trying to say, pre-recorded, but we're actually going to be doing it live on Twitch TV. Okay? So if you're viewing this the night before, it's tomorrow. If you're viewing this on Friday, January 25th, 2019, it's today. Hopefully you're viewing this in the morning if it's on Friday, because the show is going live on Twitch TV at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. That's 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. And this show will give you a great feel of how our upcoming shows are going to be in regards to Masculinity Matters. When we say Masculinity Matters, like I mentioned in the past, it means a couple of things. It means that it still matters to be masculine in today's modern world of feminism. And we're also going to be discussing topics that relate to masculinity and men. Now, does this mean the show's not going to be catered to women at all? No. We're going to be talking about, female topics. We're going to be talking about female topics as well, which is what I'm trying to say. And women are welcome to join us, share their feedback, and women are also welcome to be guests on the show, to share their side, their aspect of how they're navigating through this crazy modern world we're living in today. The show is called Masculinity Matters because, Charles and I are men. We have experiences in navigating this world in being straight men. And, we are good at sharing information in regards to this stuff. So that's why it's called that. I'm getting a little distracted here for a second because there are some people at the park. Let me see, which way should I go here? Okay, let's come over here this way. All right. I think I'm going to head back this way because there are a lot of kids over there and they like to distract the message. They like to say, hey, are you vlogging and this and that? You know what I mean. I've got so much to talk about. I just don't want to get distracted. So I'm just trying to avoid as many people as possible. So yeah, the show's catered to both men and women. And, like I said, we called it Masculinity Matters because both Charles F. Gray and I both feel that men need a lot more help in navigating today's modern world than women do. I'm not saying women don't need help. They still do. But women are getting more help through the court system, through the government, through, high school and college. Women are being much more supported in today's day and age in regards to, these topics than men are. And men are kind of being left behind. So that's why we feel that, we need to do a show like this to really help the men out there, that are struggling to understand what's going on. And realistically, I'm sure no matter how much help women are getting from other sources, which is what I'm trying to say, such as the ones I just mentioned, I'm sure women are still wondering what's really going on with men. And we can tackle those issues and share them. That's what we're going to be doing on this show. So on this live show, this Friday, January 25th, 2019, at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on Twitch TV at twitch.tv/Coach Eli. We're going to be tackling the Gillette commercial once again. Both Charles F. Gray and I are going to be sharing our thoughts live on the air in regards to the controversial Gillette commercial. And I'm just getting distracted because there are so many people in the way of my path right now. We're going to be sharing our thoughts in regards to the controversial Gillette commercial, line by line, as we play it live on the air. You'll be able to see the commercial, and you'll be able to see Charles F. Gray and I both on the screen and our reactions, and you're going to be able to hear what we're saying. And Charles, feels completely opposite, in comparison to how I feel about the Gillette commercial. So Charles F. Gray, I've never really asked him what his political views are, but I think he's more on the conservative side, or maybe in the middle, but more so conservative, and I'm more so on the liberal side, but kind of in the middle as well. So you're going to hear both sides of the spectrum there. Okay? Wow. Some ball just went over the fence and almost came my way. I had to avoid that. So that should be pretty interesting. We're also going to be discussing women running for president here in the U.S. We're going to be discussing Kamala Harris that I mentioned in my daily walk video yesterday. If you want to go back and, hear my thoughts about her running for president, it was a damn good video. Go back and check that out. Okay? We're going to be discussing, should women or would women make a good president? Would a woman make a good president, which is what I'm trying to say. I'm kind of all over the place here today. It's such a gorgeous day that everybody is out here. And I'm getting very distracted. Stop it, Coach Eli, stop it. There's somebody sitting like in the middle of the path over here. And I'm going to have to move past them. Because I want to get to my other topics here that are pretty controversial and I don't want people to hear them. So hang on just one second. Okay. So that's that one more time. Friday, January 25th, 2019, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on Twitch TV at twitch.tv/Coach Eli. The link is below in the description. You want to go there, click that link. If you don't have an account on Twitch yet, please sign up for one. It's totally free. And then go to my link, twitch.tv/Coach Eli, and click the follow button. That way you'll get notified whenever Charles F. Gray and I go live, or if I decide to go live on any separate shows out there, you'll be notified as well. And also go out there and download the Twitch app on your mobile device. There is a Twitch app out there. You can watch the show on mobile, or you can even watch it on your laptop or desktop. So there's a mobile version and there's a desktop version of Twitch. So just make that happen. Also, once again, our actual first real show, episode 1 of Masculinity Matters, beyond these prelude episodes we've done, will be happening this Tuesday, January 29th at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific on the same Twitch TV channel that I've been mentioning. Sound like a broken fucking record? I think you all get the hint, and I think it's now time to move on to the next topic here. All right. So, I mentioned at the beginning of this video that Coach Eli is now the radical liberal. Yes, Coach Eli is now the radical liberal. How did I come up with that? Well, we have radical feminists, right? We have feminists and radical feminists, and then we have liberals and we have radical liberals. And while I'm very open to hearing everyone's viewpoint, whether you're a liberal or conservative, and I really don't consider myself to be a radical liberal, I chose that name because that's how a lot of people are seeing me out here online. I think it suits me perfectly. I think it suits me perfectly because a lot of my views when it comes to, being a liberal are seen as radical views through the conservatives. And because the majority of the people that have been following me are conservatives, I'll get to that in just a second, it made sense to me. Maybe I am a radical liberal. Maybe, I do have a lot of the same beliefs that most liberals have that conservatives feel are out of line. But at the end of the day, my honest thoughts are just about wanting to get along with everyone, whether you're liberal or conservative. I believe in what makes sense for everybody as an individual, not as a member of one party or the other. And I've always said this, that, in today's day and age, it appears like we're spending more time fighting over which party's views are correct or more proper than actually doing something to solve our issues that we have at a global level, which involve liberals and conservatives. At the end of the day, we're all people, sharing the same laws. Here in the U.S., living in the same country, we're all the same at the end of the day. Why do we even need these parties to divide us? Because that's all that seems to be happening when it comes to these, liberal and conservative views. That's all that seems to be happening when it comes to these liberal and conservative views. And I want to make a difference by bringing people together. I've been talking a lot about conservatives lately, and I've been talking a lot of shit, a lot of smack. But the bottom line is, I don't hate conservatives. I love everybody equally. I just don't understand why some people think the way they do. They don't make sense. They don't make any rational sense with what they're saying, or how they're behaving, or how they're reacting to things. And I've been trying to have some reasonable conversations with many conservatives about their views, and it's very difficult to get past 2 sentences without them getting upset, yelling, screaming, or calling me a bad name, or calling me like a fake citizen or something like that. They call me a liberal cuck. They call me a feminist. I can't even get through 2 sentences without those guys bashing me in that way, which I can take it. It's just words. They're just butthurt. It's just words. But why can't we just have a civil conversation, even though our views are different? And let's figure out why our views are different. Let's dissect it. Because the biggest thing has been this Gillette commercial, which once again, Charles F. Gray and I will be dissecting live on the air tomorrow on our show. And all these conservatives out there, these conservative men and even conservative women, are thinking that Gillette is bashing men. And me as a liberal man is saying that they're not bashing men. They're just bringing some information to the forefront that's actually happening out there. And Gillette's actually trying to show our youth what's going on so they can learn and not have to deal with what we're dealing with. So these young men today, these young boys today will grow up to be real good men. They'll be strong men physically, but also strong men emotionally. They're not going to be women beaters or women haters. And we have a lot of those out there today. And that's what pisses off the conservatives, because they don't want to be called on the fact that a lot of them have become women haters. A lot of them were even women beaters. There are some conservative men out there that are even saying that women deserve to be hit and beat. And I have to say, whether you're a liberal or conservative, if you're any man that thinks that way, you're not a real fucking man. You're a big fucking pussy. You have no emotional self-control. And you don't understand female nature. And you don't understand the way the good Lord, the big guy in the sky, made women to be. It's a weird day here at the park. I got to start coming earlier because, after school, this place gets packed, especially on a warm day like today. And another thing, the reason why I'm calling myself the radical liberal is because I've noticed online that there are more conservative people online than liberal people. Conservatives, I've noticed, this is just what I've noticed. I could be wrong, but this is just what I'm noticing. Tell me if I'm wrong. I'm noticing there are 3 or 4 times as many liberal men and women on YouTube, Facebook, and social media platforms. I'm sure the liberals are out there, but I'm talking about active people. There are 3 to 4 times as many active conservatives on social media platforms, including YouTube, than there are liberals. Conservatives are more active with voicing their opinion. So when a guy like me comes out there and, I love everybody regardless of your political views, but I have more of a liberal approach. When I'm entering a field that's surrounded by conservatives, no matter how good my message is coming from my side, I'm not going to get anywhere. Okay? Let me give you another example. Okay? Let's say that we're in a war and I'm representing the U.S., okay? And we're overseas in some other country fighting this war, right? And let's say that I walk out in an area by myself as the only U.S. member of the military, and then I'm all of a sudden surrounded by 10 people from that country's military. So there are 10 men and women. We're going to be PC on this. That's fine. There are 10, soldiers. There are 10 people on the front line, men and women, from that country that are surrounding me. And let's just say, hypothetically, I am the physically strongest person when compared to any one of those 10 people individually. It doesn't matter if I'm the strongest person out of all of those people when compared to them individually. I'm outnumbered 10-1. I'm going to lose. I'm dead. I might as well fucking surrender because there's no way in hell I'm going to get past 10 people unless they have some mercy to let me go. That's just, the honest truth. That's a fact right there. Okay? So the same thing when I came online to YouTube with my former channel. Let me lead into this example here. When I came online to YouTube with my former channel almost 2 years ago, and I ran that channel for a year and a half, I had to work my ass for a year and a half to barely get to 1,700 subscribers. And the quality of my content, having high quality 1080p video, and having high quality stereo sound. I was even told this by many people that didn't like my work, that the quality of your work is great. But we don't agree with your message. So I was consistent. I would upload every day. I have great thumbnails. I optimized my videos with great titles. I spoke about great topics. I did everything right. Why did I only have 1.7K subs, 1,700 subs? Because there were channels out there, and there are still channels out there that have shit video quality. They shoot their fucking videos, portrait like this in like 240 or 360p shitty quality with shitty audio, shitty crackly audio, and they have 10, 20, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 subs. My quality is way better. My message, I'm not trying to criticize theirs, my message is good. There's no reason why my old channel shouldn't have gotten to the point of having 50,000 or 100,000 subscribers based on the quality of the work I was doing and how consistent I was with it. The reason why I did not get there, and the reason why my current channel that still has just under 100 subscribers right now, I'm still not showing my subscriber count, the reason why my channel still has under 100 subscribers, even though I am putting out the same quality work, is because the majority of the people online are conservative, or the majority of the active people online are conservative. So the people I need to be there to support me that agree with my message are not showing up. They're not fucking showing up. They're there, they're viewing a few videos here and there, but they're not showing up. For some reason, liberals are not coming out to support other liberals like me. So my message is not hitting the right audience. So what's happening? The wrong audience is bashing me, thinking that I'm not getting any traction, that I'm no good at what I'm doing, that I don't know what I'm saying. That's their opinion because they come from the right. I come from the left. All this left-wing, right-wing bullshit is what's affecting me. If we throw away this political bullshit and, just all agree, I'm going to say we have to agree on everything equally, but if we got rid of the parties, if we got rid of the left and the right, and we all were unified, I wouldn't have this problem I'm having. It's almost like not fair for me. And what am I going to do? What could I have done? I could have rigged the system and been fake and pretend to be a conservative. I could have come out there and totally bashed the Gillette commercial and probably gotten 50,000 views on that. But would that be authentic? It would not make me feel good deep down inside to be inauthentic just to get views. I want to get views for me being my real self and me being open and honest and genuine with people. Because I'm a liberal, I feel like I'm being punished. I feel like I don't have a fair shot, or as fair of a shot as conservatives do, of growing channels out here, or putting out a message that's going to be receptive by the audience, because people are seeing my videos. I look at my analytics. YouTube's showing my videos to people. They're showing how many impressions they're putting out there of my thumbnails. It's just that a lot of people aren't clicking on them because they know I'm on the left. They know that I have more leftist views. That's what you conservatives call us. You call us people that have leftist views. That's all you conservatives do is you call us you call us leftists, and you say we have the leftist agenda. Let me ask you, what the fuck agenda do I have against you? I love you no matter who you are. What really truly is the leftist agenda? To stop violence, to stop crime, to stop hate speech, to stop negativity? As a conservative, do you enjoy living in a culture of hate speech and negativity and violence? Do you enjoy that shit? Really? Do you enjoy that shit? Do you consider that part of your freedom of speech? No one's trying to take away your freedom of speech. But shit, man, I don't want to be around any violence or negativity or hate or vulgarity. Yeah, some of the things I say may come off that way, but it's because I am expressing my frustrations of how I feel about the right, the conservatives. And I'm not coming out here and trying to put you guys down by saying that. But at the same time, none of you have been willing to have a reasonable conversation with me to try and get me to understand where you're coming from in a civil way without attacking me. If you're willing to have a civil conversation with me without attacking me, and explain to me why your views are the way they are, I can understand that. And then we could be friends. And we don't have to agree on everything or have to be a part of the same political party to be friends. But now it's funny, we're divided. This Gillette commercial has more so divided liberals and conservatives. And that's why I'm so fucking annoyed by it. And that's why I'm taking the approach of the radical liberal. That's me. Does anyone want to go toe-to-toe with me? Look, I have just under 100 subscribers. I will grow the channel. I will find my right audience, which is going to be more difficult, like I said, because obviously, from what I've seen, I'm sure you folks have seen this, there are more active conservative people on social media, including YouTube, than active liberals. I feel like I'm all alone in this shit. So I'll call out my own people, the liberals, and say, hey, look, Stop being dormant. Come on out here and do an interview with me and share your views, because I'm sure they're similar to mine. Let's make it an equal playing field for guys like me that are trying to get a good message out there. The liberals are out there fighting for these rights and doing all this, but they're not coming out here on social media and going toe-to-toe with the conservatives, or joining forces with me to go toe-to-toe with the conservatives in a friendly way, in a friendly debate type of way. There's nothing wrong with that. So I'm calling out the liberals. If you are a liberal, please comment in the chat. Actually, what I want you folks to do, if you feel comfortable in doing it, is state your political party. State what your views are below this video. I really want to know what they are. Where are we at right now? We're at 35 minutes. Okay. It's been one of those days where I've just been running into so many people that this video's been all over the place, but I think you get the point. So that's why I've chosen to become the radical liberal. I'm still the morning rooster, but I'm adding the radical liberal. Okay? Let's see if that gets some attention out there. Because that's who I am. That's who I'm forced to be. I just want to be a liberal that understands everybody, including conservatives. But unfortunately, because that's not the way it is on the flip side, now I got to become more radical with my views. That's why I'm becoming the radical liberal. I'm not here to project my views onto you, whether you're liberal or conservative. I'm just here to do the right thing. I'm here to stop hate. I'm here to stop violence. I'm here to stop toxic masculinity that still fucking exists. You fucking conservatives think that toxic masculinity does not fucking exist. And just because Gillette called it out on their commercial, it pisses you off because it's the fucking truth. You conservatives don't want to be called out on the fucking truth. That's the real fucking issue right there. Okay? Hashtag Me Too, sexual harassment still fucking exists. Again, like I've said in the past, they're not directing that message towards any particular person. They're saying in general this shit exists and we don't want our youth to have to put up with this. We want our youth to handle this more maturely. What the fuck is wrong with that to you conservatives? Are you conservatives not mature because the way that you've been behaving online is very fucking immature? That's as far as I'm going to go with this aspect here today. Let's get to the final part here and see if I can work my way down to the other part of the park without running into too many people. Because, yeah, this is a pretty controversial topic here. So let's talk about men need to be in the one-up position in order to be respected by women. And I'm going to go one step further. This is not in the actual title, but I'll state it anyways. I feel that men always need to be slightly above a woman in the one-up position in order for a woman to respect a man, even in today's modern world of feminism and radical feminism. Now, to you ladies out there that are feminists, or just ladies in general that are happy to have equal rights and you're reasonable women, let me clear that up before it offends you, before you get emotionally butthurt. I'm not trying to do that. Okay? I'm not saying that compared to you, a man needs to be all the way up there. At the same time, a man should not look at you as all the way down there. Okay? But let's look at it realistically here. Okay? In today's day and age, and I've kind of mentioned this before, but I want to mention it again for this example. In today's day and age of women being liberated, women don't really need a man for anything with the exception of sperm if they want to have kids. And if they don't want to even deal with a man directly, they can go to a sperm bank. They don't have to deal with a man directly. Yes, a man still has to go and do his thing in the cup to provide the sperm. But women don't really need a man for anything nowadays if they don't want a man. Women are making their own money. They're buying their own homes. They're renting their own apartments. They have their own cars. They have their own everything. Okay? So what do women look for in a man? They look for an emotionally strong, stable, and confident man that has self-respect and can be respectful to her at the same time. A man that, while respecting her, is not going to kiss her ass and put her on a pedestal above him, but is also not going to put her way below him. It has to be equally balanced out. But why do I say the man needs to be in the one-up position? Because no matter how strong women have become and how much they've been liberated, women's natural instincts are to look up to a man for his strength, physical strength and emotional strength. And with no disrespect to women, that's because the way the good Lord physically designed men different from women is to be physically stronger and emotionally stronger than women. When a woman has an emotional moment, her man can console her and make her feel better by having the strength to not sit there and, I'm not going to say cry at all with her, but cry as much as she does, because a woman can cry for 30 minutes or an hour. If a man cries along with you for a minute or two, that's great. And then we regain our composure and we have our strength to be there for you to help you get through it. Okay? You know, and women like the fact that men are physically stronger because they want to feel safe and protected if any danger comes her way or their way as a couple. Now, there are some women out there, like I've said in the past in previous videos, that look like Arnold Schwarzenegger and have big biceps. If you're a woman that wants to be, you know, a muscle builder and, you know, you want to be a professional fighter or something, go right ahead. But you're not going to come off as the most feminine, appealing woman to myself or many guys out there. But it's your choice. That's just my opinion, and that's your choice. So, women are still, in today's day and age, in a relationship, even though they don't pretty much need a man for anything. If they're going to be with a man, they're with a man that can handle his own shit. And if that man is strong and confident and emotionally stronger than her and physically stronger than her, that puts him in the one-up position in a good way. It's not a bad way. That's the way men and women were made to be by God. I don't care what any feminists say out there or if Women's Lib is trying to change that. Just think about it, ladies. What attracts you and turns you on about a man? If a man is emotionally and physically weaker than you, is that going to turn you on? No matter how much of a feminist you are you going to be attracted to any man that is physically and emotionally weaker than you? This is with no disrespect. We're not taking anything away from you. I'm just saying that what attracts you to a man that is either equal to you, I mean, being equal is fine. That's one thing, it's good. But if a man is beneath you emotionally and physically, what's attractive to you in regards to him about that? Nothing. So if the man is just slightly in the one-up position, he's still the leader, but as the leader, the man respects his woman and, you know, at times we'll ask her, hey, you know what, babe? I'm thinking that maybe we should go take a hike today and then go to a nice dinner. What are your thoughts about that? You're still being a leader by suggesting that, but you're also respecting and appreciating, you know, how she feels. And you're asking her for her opinion. Let me tell you something. Like 9 out of 10 times, whenever I suggest something to any woman I've been with, they just come back and say, that sounds good, babe. Occasionally, they might come up with something a little bit better here and there, which is fine. No worries. But even women still want men to be the leaders. Even strong, confident women that are feminists, that are living in the modern world, still want a man to be the leader. They still want the man to be in the one-up position, just slightly one-up. But they also want the man to respect them for who they are today and the rights they have today. And that's fine. And that's why, I'm the radical liberal, because I can come out here with no shame and say that, because it makes perfect sense. And it doesn't make me any less of a man to respect and appreciate a modern-day woman in that way. Again, that's why I'm the radical liberal, because I can guarantee you that at least maybe 90 or 95% or greater of conservative men would not be caught dead saying what I just said. And it's sad, because you're basing that on your political views and not on how you feel. You're just butthurt because you've been through a bad divorce, or you've been through a bad breakup, you got hurt by a few women, and you got knocked off that horse, and after all this time, you still haven't figured out a way to get back on that fucking horse and let the past go. Let that shit go. Let that shit fucking go. That's the problem with conservatives. You guys, especially conservative men, but even conservative women too. I mean, I've dealt with them as well. Conservative people in general have a hard time letting shit go. Conservative people have a hard time being laid back and cool and relaxed. Conservative people are more so people that are very timid. And they can be very, very quiet at times. But when you talk with them about something that they feel is controversial, they get in your face and they react and overreact emotionally. While again, the liberal side takes the more relaxed, laid back approach. So again, this was a topic I was going to mention in a previous video a few days ago where I totally forgot. There's nothing demeaning or disrespectful towards women when I say men need to be in the one-up position. Let me give you numbers just so you get what I'm saying. So being equal would be 50-50. Men being in the one-up position would be like a man having 50.1% of the power and a woman having 49.9% of the power. Like a 1/10 of 1% difference. That's all it takes. Okay? To you guys out there, you don't need to be that far above your woman. Nowadays, why would you want to be with a woman, or why would she want to be with you if things aren't primarily equal? But because of sexual polarity and men's and women's, natural ways of the way they were meant to be, if the man isn't slightly one up, the sexual polarity is not going to work, and you're going to end up in divorce, and you're going to wonder why you're in divorce when everything seemed to be going good. But you all of a sudden lost attraction for your other half. You as the woman lost attraction for your man because he wasn't being a man. He was being a big fucking pussy. You were acting more like a man than he was because you were in that one-up position, which you thought you wanted to be in, but you really didn't. A lot of women don't realize that they don't want to be in the one-up position. They don't. They just want to be respected and appreciated. And that's that. That is that. I've got some kids coming over here. And I'm going to start heading back to my car right now and wrap up this video. And then maybe do another 3 or 4 laps. Let me pass by here real quick. All right, those kids went into some house over here. It is a beautiful day. It's probably like 65 degrees right now. January 24th, 2019. 65 degrees. It should be cold as fuck and raining right now out here, and it's not. Look at the sun up there. Look at that. I'll leave it up there just for a few. It's just fucking gorgeous. Let me wrap up by saying this. Let's talk about one more thing here. Again, I've been saying this all the time. I love and care for everyone, regardless of your views, regardless of your age, race, sex, national origin, etc. I respect you as an individual. The one thing I can't really understand, and maybe you folks can comment below in the description section, in the comments section of wherever you see this video, and let me know if you can make some sense of this. I can't understand why a man like myself that creates consistent, high-quality videos with great video quality, audio sound, I'm open, I'm honest, I share my personal stories, I'm authentic, I'm real, I'm genuine. I'm consistent with this. I put out at least 4 to 5 videos each week, sometimes more. Why do I have less than 100 subscribers after 2 months? Why don't I have at least 1,000 or 2,000? When other people out there that are shooting shitty quality video with shitty audio and shitty topics have 5,000 subscribers in 2 weeks. Can you please explain that to me? I'm trying to make logical and rational sense out of it. And is it frustrating? It absolutely is frustrating. Because I bust my ass to do this each and every day on top of everything else that I do. But at the same time, even though my numbers aren't moving as fast as I want them to move or as normal as they move for other people, I still come out here and do this every day solely on the fact that I enjoy doing it. It makes me feel good deep down inside within my heart and my soul to do this, to help people. And even if I'm only helping 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 people and I make a difference in their lives, and I help them get through something rough or accomplish something that they've been trying to accomplish for a while, even if I only help 3 or 4 people, that satisfies me. That makes me feel good. It makes me feel happy to do that. Do I want more? Sure. Do I want to grow this thing to 100,000 or 1 million subscribers? Sure, I do. I absolutely do. But if I don't get there, I'm not going to be bitter about it. Okay? I enjoy what I do solely on the fact of doing it. But I am a curious person at the same time, and I'm just curious to know why. Why are other people getting better results with shittier quality video, shittier quality audio, and shitty ass content? And they're fake and they're liars. And they recycle other people's shit. Why? Please share your thoughts below. I want to know what you honestly think about me and how I do my videos and my views and whom I am as a person, like I said a second ago. All right, let me move over here because I've got some kids coming. They come out here on the sidewalk and they kick the soccer balls and they bounce the basketballs. I'm trying to get around the crowd over here. Why? Is it because I'm a liberal? Is it because I have liberal views? Is it because I live in the San Francisco Bay Area and I'm not poor? And you don't feel sorry for me? Like some content creators are poor and they get more donations. I'm not the richest man in the world, but I'm definitely not poor. But does that mean I don't deserve the same shot? I want to know what people think about me out there. I want you to write it in the comments. I will not delete your comments unless you're extremely demeaning and you call me a cuck or something stupid. Like, if you say something stupid, I'll delete and ban you. If you say something constructive, even though it may hurt, I will appreciate that. Give me your constructive feedback because I just don't get it. I don't get it. Other people out there that are talking about hate speech, vulgar language, that are committing crimes right on their YouTube channel have way more subscribers and they have way more views and people are paying attention to that bullshit. Why? Is that what you conservatives like? And then when you have a guy like me that comes out here and says that that's wrong, that's why you don't follow me? I'm more real than anyone out here. There's not one person more real out here. I'm going to mention YouTube, but my stuff goes on Facebook and my website. But primarily, my main audience is YouTube. I'm more real than any other YouTube content creator out here. No one goes as raw and natural as I go. So why is that not working? Why is it not working for you? Why aren't you sharing my videos? Why aren't you viewing them all the way through? Because you don't have the attention span to do it? I look at my analytics. I mean, my average view duration is pretty high compared to others. But yes, my videos are almost an hour long every day. But I want to know why. If you've been following me for a while, I want to know what you honestly think. In a constructive way. Be critical, but be reasonable. I want to hear what you have to say. Let me cut across this way, the shortcut to get to my car, because I'll take the long way when I do my next 4 laps here. Where are we at right now? We are at 56 minutes. Yeah, I may have gone a little bit of a rant today. Maybe that's been happening a lot lately. But I want answers. That's why I ask questions. That's why I call people out. That's why I do what I do. That's why I stand up for what I believe in, whether I feel you're going to like it or not, because I'm the real me. I'm not here to please everybody. I'm here to get along with everyone. I'm here to share my opinion. I'm here to create a discussion. But I'm not here to cater my content to one specific person or one side. I cater my content to everyone in general. That's what makes me different. That's one of the reasons why I don't have 100,000 subscribers. Maybe if I focused on one fucking thing, it would get there. Well, the main thing I focus is my business and personal relationship topics for my coaching business. I'm a business and personal relationship coach. I share dating and business advice is what I do. And part of that means sharing people's behaviors. Lately, I've been talking a lot about people's behaviors, which is why I've been doing these videos when it comes to liberals and conservatives, because that can affect your dating life as well. If you're a liberal man and you try to date a conservative woman, good luck to you, because I've tried to do that. It doesn't fucking work. It's my experience. Maybe it might be different for you, or maybe you're a liberal man that can put up with a conservative woman. That's up to you. I'm just sharing with you folks what I've experienced and how all of this ties into what I do. But at the same time, I want to see some results. I want to see some change. See the light shining down on me right here? I want to feel that moment where the light is shining down on me right here, where I'm actually appreciated for what I do because I really care about you folks. I just want to feel some appreciation, regardless of your views. Show me you're a good human being. Show me you're a good man and a good woman. Because that's all I do each and every day when I come out here and do these videos. I do them for you folks, to hopefully teach you something that I've been through. Teach you how I handled it maybe the wrong way initially, and the negativity that led to, and then how I turned it around and made that situation a positive situation again. That's why I do these things. I've been through all this shit. But before I wrap this up, just another minute or so, I really want to know what's wrong with me being a liberal. I love all of you, whether you're liberal or conservative or whatever the hell you are. I love you. I respect you. I may not agree with all your views, but I still respect who you are and what you say. Why can't we get along? I want to know what is wrong with me being a liberal. And I want you to be reasonable with your answer. If you're a conservative and you just react and call me cuck or liberal cuck or whatever, I'm not going to value those answers, because those answers are coming from men that are emotionally hurt and not stable emotionally. If you can reasonably give me a mature answer on what's wrong with me being liberal and why is this channel not growing at the level it should be, I'll respect that completely. And I may be even willing to take your advice if you approach me in a reasonable way. That's where I'm going to end this video here today. Don't forget, regardless of when you're watching this, if you're watching this before the live broadcast of Masculinity Matters with Charles F. Gray and Coach Eli on January 25th, 2019 at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on twitch.tv at twitch.tv/Coach Eli. Check it out. If you do see this video after the live show, then the replay will end up on my YouTube channel shortly after that, and it will also end up on Charles F. Gray's channel. And one more time, once again, our actual live, first general live show, because the show that we're doing on the 25th is a prelude show, the second prelude show we've done. The actual first episode of the show will be live this Tuesday, January 29th at 9 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. And more information on that show will more than likely be mentioned on the show on the 25th. Before I confuse the shit out of you folks anymore and myself, have a great one. I'll see you all soon. See you next time. Bye.